Let's talk now, since we've been talking an awful lot about slope, about some very interesting relationships between lines according to their slopes. So here we have a couple of pictures drawn out. I want you to look at, first of all, this very first one, this figure 28. Here we have two lines that are drawn in here in blue. These are parallel lines. Parallel lines are two lines that run beside each other. They are never ever going to touch. They're never going to intersect. I mean, you think about this as like, lanes in a highway. They go side by side each other. They never touch. Well, these two, here's the equation of this first line, and they have solved it for y and looked to see what the slope was. Well, look what this slope is. It's negative 1/2. Here they've done the same thing with this equation of this line, and they found the slope, and it is negative 1/2. Notice that those slopes are the exact same thing. They have to be that way. In order for two lines to be parallel, their rise and their run have to be the exact same. Otherwise, they're going to meet somewhere. They're going to veer together. So parallel lines always have the same exact slope. Now, over here, though, we have two lines that are called perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines are two lines that intersect in a 90-degree angle. So they create these 90-degree angles right here. That's what the formal part of it is. Okay, but look at their slopes and how they're related. This line has a slope of negative 1/2. This line has a slope of 2. Now look at how those are related to each other. Not only are they the opposite signs, but they're also reciprocals of each other, right? Oh, whoops. I don't know how to spell today, evidently. Reciprocals. That is always the case. If you look at the definition out of the book, it says that perpendicular lines, whenever you multiply their slopes, the answer is -1. Okay, well, that sounds great and fine, but for us, let's think about it a little bit easier way. We're looking at if their slopes are the opposite signs, then they also have to be reciprocals. And if you think about it, if we looked at negative 1/2 times 2, I could put that over 1. Well, isn't that going to equal -1 when I multiply them? That's why the definition is the way it is. But this is what we have to remember. For two lines to be parallel, they have to have the same slope. For two lines to be perpendicular, they have to have the opposite sign, and they must be reciprocals of each other. That's the key.